Hello once again, all you lovely people out there in the land of the tube of views. It's me, that gaming nerd John, and we are continuing our sojourn within Citizen Sleeper. We are a very talented people now because we've learned all of the things, and we just only have remaining the ability to become amazing. And you know who else is amazing? You're not going to take the bait on that one. Okay.
No, I'm not.
Got it. All right, that's fine. Well, we are amazingly horrendous people.
Hey.
Oh, it's actually like moving.
Yeah.
That's cool. So we finished the construction of this Sidereal Horizon, which of course means that we abandoned Lem and Mina because we are actually monsters. But
That was a choice you made, dude.
it was a choice I made all on my own because I am a horrible human being, but that's okay. We did pursue assisting Rabiah, and in so doing have received another communication from Sabine. So that is fascinating. I'm curious about what they have been up to. Our fungal growth hasn't finished just yet. I think I'm going to continue with Rabiah for now. We might pursue the Ashton Avenue shortly, but I do want to see what's happening here. And honestly, it's just driven by my greed for these scrap components. I'm not going to lie.
Yes.
Like, that's just so good. Scrap component energy, again. Yeah, I mean, let's just keep it going. Why not, right? That is insane. Cool. Okay. 11 scrap components. Nom 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 nom. Yes, please, and thank you. 12. 12 scrap components. Nom 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 nom. Okay. Okay. This time, you meet inside Rabiah's office. Although, now that you've seen it, office seems like the wrong term. You find her stood in an almost bare, shadowy unit, midway through a sequence of stretches. There are 2 low stools and a terminal in the corner, but it seems that most of the space is taken up by a heavy punching bag, rubber matting, and a stack of weights. When Rabiah turns to greet you, you realize she is missing an arm. The prosthetic arm she usually wears is set in a cradle near the terminal, a web of colored wires running to it. Updates, she says, noticing you looking where her artificial arm usually is. Nothing to worry yourself with. You know what else you don't need to worry about? Is this game ever functioning properly? Okay. Nothing to worry yourself with. I'm just gonna go with of course. I'm still on the fence about her. Sit, says Rabiah, gesturing to the 2 diminutive stools. You both settle on the stools, Rabiah crossing her legs on top and sitting straight-backed. Gia told me you've been doing the rounds, collecting tithes, patrolling the ward. She smiles. Some of the enforcers are impressed, and I hear you handled a few difficult circumstances. Nicely done. I wanted to see for myself. She raises an eyebrow. See what for yourself? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, if I can trust you. I see. And Rabiah flexes her neck side to side. The conclusion? I'm still deciding. Well, Sleeper, Rabiah says teasingly, please keep us updated on any progress. She smiles a thin smile. Joking aside, I know that for you, life on the Eye has been a struggle.
Not so much anymore.
Right? Not recently, lady. But I hope we can do something about that from here onwards. Though some of our members may not see it this way, I know you, too, are a refugee. She looks at you solemnly. That is why you have come to us. Enough, Rabiah. Sabine's voice cuts through the conversation. I'm tired of listening to your affected nobility. They cross the room, Rabiah's baton in their hand, the end lit with sparking electricity. Oh, shoot! Rabiah looks between the 2 of you. I suppose this ambush was another cooperation between you 2? She looks strangely unfazed.
Choice?
I know that Sabine was former Essenarp. And I know that Essenarp fucked us hard. But I don't feel like Sabine is going to betray us.
Again, this is a choice.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Sabine. Rabiah smiles as Sabine moves closer, with sudden intent. Sabine reaches Rabiah as she rises and whips the baton to meet her throat. Both freeze, Sabine holding the baton out, the end shaking a little, and Rabiah fixed in place in front of it, leaning away from its sparking tip. Stop! Why should I? She believes she holds power over both of us. Sabine holds steady. Now I can finally show her she does not. Your debt is with Yannick, Rabiah stutters. Don't be a fool. This crusade will be your end. Sabine grits their teeth, and for a moment, you think they're about to touch the baton to Sabine's exposed throat. But slowly, deliberately, they press the tip downward, forcing Rabiah to recoil back onto the stool. Sabine drops their arm to their side, but does not turn the baton off. Oh, can I form a triad alliance here? Can I talk my way out of this? Sabine, tell her. They both look at you, each still catching their breath, as if they had forgotten about your presence. What's the point? Sabine breathes heavily. She refuses to listen to criticism of the great Yadigan project. Rabiah collects herself. Speak. She folds her arms and waits to be convinced. Sabine takes a breath, organizing their thoughts. They go to start, pause, then decide on another approach. Eventually, they say it. Yannick is a traitor. Rabiah immediately flinches, her eyes going to her prosthetic arm, her muscles clenching, but she rides it out, more eager to prove Sabine wrong than she is to hurt them. At least, for now. When I came here from Essenarp, they glance at you, gauging your reaction. It was Yannick who was one of the first to support me, to look after me. I should have known then, but I was naive and afraid. Sabine turns to you. Sleeper. They take a breath. I know that I should have told you I worked for Essenarp long ago, but I thought you would abandon me, and you're my final friend. What you should know is that I left Essenarp because I was running for my life. I leaked documents on the Sleeper program, on the illegal and immoral practices it relied on, to the press. Essenarp wanted me dead, and I fled as far as I could to this refuge at the edge of the surrogate systems. Sabine stops to collect himself. What does this have to do with Yannick? Rabiah interrupts. The Sleeper knows you are Essenarp. I told them. And while you hide beneath the cover of being a whistleblower, you and I both know you worked on the Sleeper program. Yannick told me as much. Sabine's face falls. It is true. They glance at you and then away, ashamed. They lift their head. But it is Yannick, not me, who is in the pocket of Essenarp. Rabiah flinches again. I can prove it. He made some kind of deal to keep me here, to tie me up in debt, to lock me away. In exchange, Rabiah slams her hand on the desk. Just tell us, for God's sake! In exchange for those, Sabine finishes, nodding towards Rabiah's prosthetic arm in its cradle. He's been using Yadigan enforcers, using you as test subjects for Essenarp technology. I have the data to prove it. He's been bringing them in under the guise of stolen shipments and having me fit them, knowing each one is capturing data and sending it back to its makers. Rabiah's fixed expression has started to fade. Sabine produces a slate. It's all here. Thousands of hours of usage data, failure rates, error dumps. These are untested implants, Rabiah. They could short out, fail, cause cascading failures across a person's body. And they have. Sabine suddenly looks incredibly tired. I thought the error rate in the units was down to them being stolen or modified. I've tried to fix hundreds of failures in my time here. Not all of them. They stop, unable to continue. Rabiah closes her eyes and breathes in. Then she opens them again. She holds out a hand to Sabine. "Show me," she says. Later, much later, when you leave, Sabine is still taking Rabiah through the manifests and usage data. Both of them crowded around the terminal as Sabine leads Rabiah through each layer of Yannick's betrayal. As you leave, Sabine catches your eye, and something passes between you. Something like a thank you, or a sorry, or some other expression that communicates both sadness and hope. Hey! Drive complete. We need 2 more of those. Holy
And the
shit.
story is not done, though.
No, it isn't, which means we're probably getting a new one. Enemy of my enemy, Rabiah and Sabine, have been holed up in her office for a while now. What are they planning? So that's going to take 3 turns. That's going to take 1 turn. That's going to take 4? 4 more turns. I think we still got over here 1 more turn on that as well. So the lottery and mushrooms is 1 more turn. What is in the wild margins? Plus 2. So that would put us at a 5.
Yeah.
I feel like that's pretty good. It sucks because I'd rather prefer to do searching for signals, but like, I mean, it do be like that.
Yeah.
Like it is what it is. Minus energy. Neutral outcome. Okay, that's fine. Do we want to try cooking? Just to see what it gets us?
Sure.
I feel like the Girol caps is going to be better. So I'm going to do the Matsutake. Plus 3 energy.
For 1?
Whoo!
Okay.
Whoo! Whoo! That's pretty good! I'll feed the stray. We've got so much money. I can literally throw money at a stray. We'll repair.
Because why not?
Because why the hell not, man? You are completely correct. Like, we're going to be basically bouncing back and forth here now. Like, I don't even need to spend
5 dice for a while.
Yeah. Like, this is incredible. Okay. Nothing more there. So it's really just...
Ticket time.
Yeah, ticket time. Sheet. Alright, let's take a look at the sidereal. I don't think it's actually moved anymore, but that's fine. Oh no! Oh no! My choices have consequences! Okay.
Do it.
Okay. Alright. The crowds have already gathered by the time you get to the shipyard, and you recognize faces among them. People you have worked alongside on the sidereal. The intervening cycles have turned their excitement to anxiety, and few of them smile at you. Instead, the nervous energy of the crowd fills the space, creating a feedback loop of growing tension. Then you spot them at the fringes. Lem and Mina, they're standing. Lem carrying Mina, staring across the crowd to the entrance to the shipyard. Did they know the draw was today? Did they know that they would break my game? Run. You make sure to stay out of their line of sight as you approach. There's no way he made the main crew, and nothing good will come of you two meeting like this. Oh, good!
For now.
Yeah. You pick a spot towards the middle, out of the crush of the front, but close enough to observe. The sounds of an argument behind you ratchets up the tension. This all starts to feel like a very bad idea. This is Asta Ankhita of the Celis Foundation. The announcement echoes from the speakers at the shipyard entrance, and shouts of "Quiet!" rapidly follow. I'm sorry I can't be there to meet you all, and thank you on behalf of Sender Celis for the work you've done on the Sidereal Horizon. Most of the crowd strains to see Aster's face, but the small display shows only a ghostly white figure, smudged and unclear. Senda wanted me to pass on her personal thanks for your commitment to and belief in the Celis Foundation's mission. We chose the Eye for this project because we knew that we would find like-minded individuals here, especially among the ranks of the venerable Haven Age Association. Unlike most of the Corps, we neither believe Erlin's Eye to be a threat or a rogue state, but instead an embryo for the formation of a new, decentralized social structure, one where each citizen might be the master of their own destiny. A ripple of impatience runs through the crowd. They didn't come here for a sermon. You are all pioneers, just like those core citizens who the Sidereal Horizon will carry, in cryogenic sleep, to the planet that will become the Foundation's first frontier world, Celis 1. At the mention of the destination world, excited conversations break out amongst the workers. There, our citizens will be able to create their own innovative, bottom-up economic order, aligned with the principles set down by Senda Celis herself. Freedom, resilience, and self-sustenance. This is all thanks to your tireless efforts in the Haven Age yards. As a reward for those efforts, you may know that we are offering a select group the opportunity to join the caretakers of this vision, the staff of the Sidereal Horizon, who will maintain the vessel during its multi-decade transit through interstellar space. This draw has been performed at random by the central AIs of the Foundation and is final and binding. Please note, only licensed contractors of the Foundation are eligible for this draw. I know that you have all been eagerly awaiting this day, and without further delay, I will now read the Celis identification number of those chosen for this great honor. A murmur runs through the crowd. Celis identification numbers. Licensed contractors. You've never even heard the term mentioned. Is this something you were supposed to be assigned? All around you, people are speaking in hushed tones like a rising wave. Aster starts reading out sequences of numbers and letters, and panic begins to set in. No one seems to know what is happening. Somewhere, near the front of the crowd, someone shouts in celebration, and everyone pushes forward. Someone throws something at the entrance, and it rattles against the shipyard doors. You see, for the first time, Haven Age security stood on either side, scared, arguing between themselves. You feel the anger rising in the crowd. You feel the anger rising in you too. They screwed you. Screwed all of you. You were never even on the list. The feeling is as unpleasant as it is familiar. Okay. Let's go. Push forward. You let the anger take you, carry you forward with the surging crowd. The squeeze is heavy, and shouts call out from around you in a chorus. The crowd becomes a blur of faces, all angry, all confused. You aren't in control anymore. The crowd moves you. You see the fear on the faces of security as they are backed against the wall. One of them backs into the display they wheeled out for Aster's speech, and it falls, smashing across the floor. Projectiles fly from swung arms, and one catches you in the back of the head. You stumble forward and are pushed aside. The blur intensifies, and you stumble, spinning between bodies until you fall out of one side of the crowd and slam into a wall. You catch your breath there and watch as the crowd pushes forward and back against the shipyard wall. Suddenly the anger fades, and fear takes its place. The crowd beats itself one more against the wall. It's time to go. You limp away, head down, as the security sirens sound out, a signal for the coming violence. Ooh! Ugh! Drive failed. So I probably needed to actually hook up with Lemon Mina.
Or just leave.
Or just leave. Yeah, that's true. Oh well. That's fine. We've still got Ankhita. Which means now we're probably going to need to pursue finding Ashton.
Yeah.
Okay. We need 3 more. That's convenient. Bonk. Ankhita. The trail ahead extends deep into an overgrown section of the greenway. At this far end of the ring, where the long, lazy curve of the greenway becomes the shattered landscape of the wastes, things are oddly quiet. Ahead stands a vast farm stack, broken from its axis by rust or force, and lying amongst the overgrown landscape like an ancient temple. It is stained with moss and algae, flows of green running out from its broken tanks like a frozen brackish tide. This is where Ashton is hiding. You are pretty sure. All of your intuition points to the shadows beneath this collapsed superstructure. You roll the comm headset Ankhita gave you in your palm. Oh, we are calling her. She is way stronger than us.
Oh, yeah.
Like, there's no way. You slip the headset into your ear and it fizzes with static. After a few moments, you hear Ankhita. Sleeper, have you located the target? A doubt enters your mind. Can you be sure he is here? Yes, come now. Copy. Hold tight until I get there. Static cuts out. The channel dead. You hold your position and watch the trail. Ahead the stars wheel with the motion of the eye and your mind wanders. You try to imagine what this place looked like before the collapse. All ordered rows of crops, corporate pleasure gardens, glowing farm stacks. Now it is a wilderness. A strange overgrown biosphere, bordered by the void of space. You smile, despite everything. Seems like an improvement. Sleeper, Ankhita's hiss brings you out of your reverie. He in the collapsed stack? Yes. Okay, you seem confident. She slaps you on the back. Well, there's no way I'm following that trail. If he's up there, he'll have eyes on that for sure. She glances around the landscape. Let's keep to the undergrowth. Work our way around. She heads off toward the central spine of the greenway, with you following close behind. It is slow going there, where the overgrowth meets the metal wall, but it is so concealed that you can barely see the glass roof high above. Ankhita, somehow, seems to know where to go. Ankhita works her way through dense undergrowth, pushing aside branches and fronds. It is exhausting, and you desperately want to rest, but Ankhita shows no signs of letting up. Up ahead, there is a faint glow from the collapsed stack. Ankhita leads you around the side to a broken tank. You both step through the opening, trying to avoid the broken glass that sits among the algae and moss. You work your way up the slanted tank, Ankhita setting a deliberate pace. Somewhere, water drips, and you swear you hear birdsong. Hanging plants catch the light, coating the place in a pale and sickly green. Ankhita reaches the edge of the tank, where it meets the central drum, and holds up a hand for you to stop. You inch forward and look over the edge. The vast drum is like a cistern, with plants growing on all sides, and wet mossy islands at its base. It is beautiful, and for a moment you can't see anything but tones of green. Then you see the sleeper. In a faint circle of light descending down through the drum, the sleeper lies slumped at an odd angle. They are surrounded by crates, and beside them, on one of the mossy islands, there is an object, a cylinder set on a tarp. It is connected to the sleeper's head. You flinch. Are they one of the others? One of the ones that escaped with you? You squint, trying to recognize them. They're twisted, broken open, wrong. You look away. Ankhita doesn't look at you. She doesn't look at the sleeper. She fixes her eye on the object. That's Amber's ship mind, she says, and you suddenly recognize the cylinder. Who is... You turn to Ankhita to speak, but she is already gone. She drops off the edge of the tank and lands on one of the mossy islands, her armor letting out a hiss as it absorbs the impact. The shot hits her shoulder piece, the ceramic armor cracking, but holding as she braces into the impact. Then she launches herself forward, the now activated armor launching her across the drum. Another shot goes wide before she reaches the cover of the crates beside the sleeper. Shit! You hear the shout from one of the tanks high on the far wall. Ankhita reaches over and wraps a hand around the thick connection between the shipmind and the sleeper. What is she doing? You better come down here or I'll rip this right out of their head, she screams at the walls of tanks. You shiver at the suggestion.
For once, we're going to stay silent.
I think we're going to stay silent this time. There's a long pause. All you can hear is the dripping of the water running down the walls of the drum. Then Ashton calls out. I'm coming down, Ankhita. Don't do anything stupid, for God's sake. He appears at the far side of the drum, stepping through the shallow water, rifle raised above his head. Drop the gun, Ankhita shouts. He throws it down onto the moss. As you lean out to watch, you see him catch your eye, clocking your presence. What are you up to here, Ashton, you sicko? She stands, keeping her sidearm trained on his head. You ripped my ship mine for what? Some freakish experiment? Ashton approaches with shaking hands, his eyes now fixed on the connecting bundle of wires that Ankhita still has hold of. Steady, Ankhita. It isn't like that. I needed the ship mine. You have to understand. They would have died without it. What are you talking about? I don't give a shit why you ripped my ship mine and crippled my ship. I should put you down right now. She tightens her grip on the connection. Typical of you, Ankhita. No curiosity. Ashton smiles shakily. That's why I never asked for it. For your help. You only look after yourself. He nods at you. That sleeper up there. They're just bait, right? To draw me out. Ankhita sucks a breath in. Are you trying to give me more reasons to shoot you? I love them, Ankhita. Ashton looks at the crumpled sleeper. I love them, and they were going to die. I knew you would never understand that. He starts closing the gap between himself and Ankhita now, slowly, inching forward. Don't do that, Ashton, Ankhita snarls. Don't do that. Let the wires go, Ankhita. Let us go. If you don't get out of my way, he inches closer. Please. I can't let you take it, Ashton. Ankhita hardens her stare. You stole it from me. You left me for dead. She shakes her head. You think I'm going to trust you? After all that? I need it, Ankhita. I need them to survive. Ashton is in reach of the sleeper now. Of Ankhita. I'm going to take them now, Ankhita. He raises a hand. I'm going to take the ship mind and go. Ankhita loosens her grip on the connection a little. Her hand is shaking now. Stop, Ashton. She lowers the gun a little. Stop. Seeing her drop her guard, he makes his move. A blur of movement, a struggle, a shot, another. You recoil back behind the edge as they ricochet around the inside of the drum, the sound deafening you. When you crawl back to the edge, Ashton is bleeding into the water, the red and the green. Ankhita is standing at the center of the drum, the severed connection in her hand. The water drips endlessly, drip after drip after drip. You force yourself to look at the broken sleeper. There is no sign of life, of humanity. They are just another broken object, among other broken objects, while all around, living things grow and thrive. Ankhita finally looks back up at you, tears in her eyes. She begins to say something that might be sorry, but you are already gone. Ooh! Ooh! What? Where is she? I don't see her. I'm gonna try something out. While we're here, I'm gonna cook some Jurol caps. +3 energy. So we've got +3 energies.
Yeah.
Which is good. That's good. What's not good is what just happened. That's heavy.
Yeah.
That's pretty heavy. I'm going to just harvest mushrooms, man. I'm a simple guy. Just let me harvest my mushrooms. Yes. Yes. We got what we needed. No. I really don't want to waste a 5 on that. I'm going to do that. Eh. We got what we needed, though. It was here, right? Yeah. Stabilizer synthesis. Okay. That feels better, at least. I mean, I guess there's the wastes. I guess? Huh? I don't think we've ever done this action, so I just want to see like what happens the first time we do it. If it does anything. In an old docking bay, you find a locker corroded shut. You crack it open, and the components inside are in perfect condition. And that's literally all this is. Okay. I don't see anywhere that she is.
Might not show up till the next cycle.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Well, might as well do that. Thanks. We'll see. We'll see what happens at the beginning of the day here. It's not bad dice. Not great dice. Ah, I see it now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. We've had some heavy stuff happen this episode. All right.
Yep.
So, I have a feeling that, as much as it pains me to say this, I probably should have focused on Lemon Mina. Because I feel like that would have kept the Sidereal Horizon plotline going.
Yeah.
And gotten us some more upgrade points. If nothing else, it would have gotten us upgrade points. So, oopsie daisy. Beyond that, I didn't think the Ankhita situation was going to be that dark. Like, yikes. Yikes, there's trauma there. I have a feeling we're going to discover a lot of it soon. Mm-hmm. Yeah. A couple of good things, though. The self-repair is quite good. Us being able to get scrap components easily in the wastes. I like the fact that we basically have like Sabine and Rabiah working together to uncover Yannick and kind of take him down is pretty cool. Because I don't hate Rabiah's character. Like, I just hated the fact that she was being mean to us and mean to Sabine, because I like Sabine's character. They seem really cool. So the fact that both of them are working collaboratively is pretty interesting. And, like, seeing that plot line being able to continue forward feels good. Yeah, overall, I'm still digging it, man. Still feels good. I think we're finally starting to wind down. Like, I think I see, like, the end game in sight now. Like, sure, we had a credit reel with the Gardener plotline. Yeah. But I think we're actually getting pretty close to, like, wrapping up people's stories. Because, like, we've wrapped up Fangs. We've wrapped up the S&R Bounty Hunter line. We've wrapped up the Gardener. We've technically wrapped up Lemon Mina.
Unless something else happens before the shift leaves.
Yeah, exactly. And it looks like all these other, like, smaller story arcs just opened up, like, better options. So, like, Emphasis Tale just gave us the best food option for money. Yeah. What is it called? The Bentayon? Like, the Overlook, the bar, gave us the ability to convert the resources from the Haifa commune into food. Like, forever. So now we don't even need to pay for food for energy. Yeah. Which is just wild. While still having a very good money-generating option there. And same thing with Bliss. Like, that is a very good money-making option there. So, like, it's good places to, like, dump dice to get a good result. So it's very interesting to see how, like, the smaller plot threads have unlocked stuff. Even if it's not necessarily, like, big story beats, like the whole situation with Fang and with Maywick and Asshole McGee.
One more recording session?
I think we might be able to knock this out in one more recording session. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, exciting stuff. If you all are looking forward to the home stretch, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, as well as that bell notification, so that you will be notified by YouTube Incorporated about content coming down the pipeline. Thanks so much for watching. I sincerely hope that you are enjoying. And as always, until next time, take it easy.
I'm going to take a nap now.
Great.